What's going on, guys? Fierce Spartans here. In today's video we'll be talking about some Call of Duty news, both Call of Duty World War II DLC news and some other Call of Duty news. So let's get right into the other Call of Duty news, because this is kind of one of the bigger ones, is that Modern Warfare 3 is now backwards compatible on Xbox One, and that leaves one Call of Duty left that is not backwards compatible, and yeah, that's Modern Warfare 2. So I'm sure we might not even get Modern Warfare 2 backwards compatible until they announce that Modern Warfare 2 is going to be remastered. I would not be surprised if that was the case. I really hope they remaster it and take out, all the bull crap in Modern Warfare 2. But for right now, we will have to deal with Modern Warfare 3 backwards compatible. And I was actually just playing it a couple weeks ago with my friend, and it is really fun. The biggest thing that you're going to notice is that it is not very appealing to the eye. The maps, a lot of dust flying around, a lot of dirt, or on the snow maps, a lot of snow. It makes it very hard to see people, especially at range. So it's definitely not one of the best appealing maps or best appealing Call of Duty games, and that's one of the first things you're going to notice. And you're going to be wondering how the hell you even played this back in the day for so long. And that's kind of what I got out of it. Like, once I played Black Ops 2, like, I really could not go back to Modern Warfare 3. And I realized after playing it a couple weeks ago that it was just because it's not very appealing visually to play Modern Warfare 3, to be honest. I enjoyed it in its prime, but that was quite a few years ago. So it is backwards compatible. So I mean, if you do have your Xbox 360, you can pull that out and play MW3 with a larger pool of players. Or if you got your Xbox One, you can play MW3 as well. So the other thing that we're talking about is Call of Duty World War II DLC 3. And so that's pretty big. 3 multiplayer maps, a war mission, and a zombies. Zombies, we did not get any information in the trailer. They're going to be having their own trailer for zombies this time around. And the DLC 3 is called the United Front. And so this is kind of on all 3 sides of the front. You got the African front, you have or I guess not African. You have the southern front, you have the eastern and western front as well. So United Front is going to be coming out on June 26th for PlayStation 4. And so the 3 maps, one is a market garden, and this is a close quarter combat map set in the Netherlands. So this one should be decent, at least. If it really is close quarter combat, those maps tend to be at least decent. That's one of my biggest concerns with Call of Duty World War II is that the DLC maps have not been good at all, except maybe V2 Rocket, or not V2 Rocket, just V2, or Egypt. Egypt was alright, but I mean, I'm kind of biased on that because I got a V2 Rocket on it, so that's probably really the only reason why I actually like it. So hopefully these maps are a little bit better. Market Garden does seem that way since it is a smaller map, and those usually tend to be Call of Duty favorites for the most part. The next map is Monte Cassino, and so this is set up in the Italian mountains, up in the hills. Not a whole lot of information that they gave us, but it should be pretty cool. Hopefully it's visually appealing. That's one of the biggest things that Call of Duty World War II has not done right with the maps. Like, I understand you gotta have some that need to be Call of Duty or World War II themed, be dark and that sort of thing. But I mean, it's Call of Duty. Like, you can't respawn in real life. Like, it doesn't need to be that realistic. So hopefully these ones are a bit more visually appealing. And then the third map that a lot of people are probably going to be hyped for is Stalingrad, probably the second biggest event in World War II behind D-Day. And so good that we finally get an Eastern Front game or location for one of the Call of Duty World War II maps. It's about time, and I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it plays well, though. I mean, location's one thing, but in setting and visually appealing, but like it just needs to play well as well. So the war operation is Operation Supercharge, and so this is going to be taking place in Tunisia, southern front again, along with the Italy one. So this is taking place in Africa. From the trailer, it looks very, very similar to Egypt. I'm sure they probably copied a bunch of stuff from the Egypt map, to be honest, right into this map. But and then the zombies map is the Tortured Path. I'm not a huge World War II zombies player. I like Treyarch zombies. Sledgehammer zombies team seems to be a bit boring. After a few rounds, I get kind of bored of it, and so we'll get a trailer for that. But yeah, so as I said, guys, Modern Warfare 3 backwards compatible now, and then the United Front Call of Duty World War II DLC 3 is coming out June 26th, first to PlayStation, and I think that is when the Attack of the Undead event ends, kind of how they did DLC 2's launch. I think the Resistance event ended right before, or maybe it's like I think it was the Shamrock and Awe event actually, maybe. But one of the events ended, and then right after that same Tuesday, they launched DLC 2. So they're kind of doing the same thing here with DLC 3. So yeah, make sure to go play Modern Warfare 3 and be looking forward to gameplay from my channel on Call of Duty World War II DLC 3. And make sure to like and subscribe. And quick note, I'm approaching like 600 followers on Twitch, so link will be in the description and probably in the chat as well, or in the comments. Make sure to check it out and follow me there as well. So I'll see you guys in the next video.